Hello and welcome to today's video. So I'm going to be talking about Celsius. They have absolutely effed it up, really, and there's no other way to kind of put it. And everything just gets worse. It seems like day by day, they're having more of a disaster. There's more things that people don't trust them about. There's more reasons why people want to get their money out ASAP, even though they keep saying, hey, guys, let's just hodl. Like, I don't want to hodl. No, I'm not doing that. Give me my money back. And if you do want your money back, there's a whole host of hoops that you have to jump through. You know, you have to do bloody 4 cartwheels and then spin around anti-clockwise with your head tilted backwards before they let you even think about getting your money out. This is the story of Celsius and how, to be honest, everything kind of went down the toilet. So here we go. And we all know that there's been a few different progressions, should we say, in the story. And I've been here to kind of keep you up to date, but here I just want to give you a full overview. They have finally just begun putting that on the front of their website saying, hey, look, guys, and this is actually kind of new as well, which I am glad to see. You know, like, guys, just give it up. Most lol. You'd think the marketing team would want to take that down ASAP, wouldn't you? 50 most promising companies. No, mate, you're bankrupt. Guys, so just quickly, they are under Chapter 11 bankruptcy. That basically means that it's not like let's close up the shop. It just means, hey, look, let's restructure. And we'll get into who it is that's restructuring. But this is the story of Celsius. Look at this guy. Seems like he kind of knows what he's doing. Little Ukrainian guy. Okay, banks are not your friend, is what his T-shirt says. Now, the story of Celsius is one that is of a company that has been accused, the lender, Celsius, of deliberately manipulating the price of Cell token. We also have a price manipulation lawsuit filed in July 7th. And according to bankruptcy filing, Celsius has a $1.2 billion hole in its balance sheet and owes $4.72 billion to its customers. So the question is, how do they get out of paying that $4.7 billion back to its customers? Well, they have a pretty good way of doing it. And as you see here, its terms of use may mean that they never get their funds back. So earlier this month, Jason Stone, the head of KeyFi, which was a firm that managed over $2 billion in crypto assets on behalf of Celsius, sued them. So this is like, hey guys, I'm Celsius. I'm going to employ you to manage some of my assets. And then you get sued by the guy who you've employed. You must be doing something pretty badly wrong. So Celsius, he sued Celsius, alleging that the firm had failed to pay KeyFi for its services. In the lawsuit, Stone said that the lender engaged in multiple harmful and illegal business practices, including market manipulation, running a Ponzi scheme, and failing to implement basic accounting controls or risk management practices. Well, there you go. This is the beginning, the kind of the taste of what we're beginning to see about who Celsius really is. And my computer doesn't seem to want to load this here. So we'll come back to that later on. So who is Alex Mashinsky? Let's have a look. A little montage.
Are our funds safe at Celsius? Can you address that for the audience? Yes, so not just that they're safe. Again, we provided anyone who wanted to withdraw partially or fully. There were no problems. I want any one of you, anyone who got wrecked on Celsius, to say, sorry, I got wrecked on Celsius. Let's see if you have one guy, one person, right? Why? Because you can't take leverage. You cannot lose money, right? I mean, that's the whole point.
So, cannot lose money, guys.
And Celsius takes full responsibility. If anything goes bad, we take full responsibility. 50 million. And Celsius has $2 billion on our balance sheet. BlockFi has less than 25 million. That's why they're running around town trying to raise money, because they lose. And now we have over $2 billion on our balance sheet. Again, more than anybody else. Ask Nexo how much they have on their balance sheet. Right? Ask BlockFi how much they have on their balance sheet. Right? Ask all these people. Right? So what's important? So we are what's called a delta neutral strategy, meaning we're not. Celsius doesn't bet on the market going up or down. Our job is just to take advantage of difference in prices between.
Guys, I'm done with this. We get the story. This guy is lying on multiple occasions, and he says, "Look, this is where it gets crazy. So they're delta neutral. They don't rely on the market going up or down. But what they said and what they go on to say later is, guys, can we please just hodl? Because if we hodl, then you'll be able to get your money back because your assets will be worth more. You're supposed to be on a delta neutral strategy. Now, this guy, I'll see if this loads. No, it doesn't load. We're done with that. See you, CNBC. Sorry, lost a customer. Let's look a little bit further into Alex and his kind of business practices. So Arkham Report released a full 24-page report on pretty much all of Celsius. Obviously we'll wait for it to load, but going to, I believe it's 19. Here we go. So Celsius CEO Alex Mashinsky. So what they have done is actually have a look and track some of these wallets here as to which ones are his and really where the money is going. So they identified an initial set of wallets belonging to Mashinsky, and then they looked through some of the transaction details. So looking through this, so most of the sales from these addresses occurred on decentralized exchange, Uniswap and AirSwap. Alex usually swapped sell for USD, but in some cases for Bitcoin or wrapped Bitcoin or Ethereum. However, one of these possible Mashinsky blockchain addresses also deposited to the centralized exchange Liquid. At the same time, Celsius appears to have been purchasing large amounts of Cell on the same exchange from June 2019 to July 2020. This suspected Mashinsky wallet deposited over 9.1 million Cell to Liquid. During the same time, Celsius purchased 29 million from Liquid. So, okay, I'm just going to keep going. Suppose Mashinsky was selling Cell on Liquid while Celsius was buying Cell on Liquid. In that case, Celsius would have been using corporate funds on the same order book the CEO used to exit his position. This guy is using the company to get himself rich. He's making money from the company by selling Cell tokens that were probably given to him by himself. And you can see here where he's, loads to hodl. I'm not going to sell. Look at this. So founders have made purchases of Cell and are not sellers of the token. Not sellers of the token, I see. So just 5 days earlier, a suspected Mashinsky address sold 11,000 Cell for $43,000. And it just keeps going on. It keeps getting worse. Over the prior 6 months, since June 2021, Mashinsky wallets sold 2.8 million Cell worth over $16 million. How is this guy getting away with this? It's absolutely insane how he's actually, managing to get away with this. But it just kind of shows you the like what it is that they're doing and the level of care that they have for their clients. There's even a pension fund in Canada. So they got stung for $150 million. 150 million. And these guys, what was he saying? Oh yeah, you're never going to lose your money. You can't lose. That sounds good to a pension fund. Well, not when you go bust. And then what do? You use the same law firm as Voyager and Babel Finance, and basically they've all done the same thing. They've just said, sorry guys, so all that crypto you deposited and that you bought, well, it wasn't actually yours. It was never yours. You were just giving us a loan, and you would have known that had you actually read through these very long, very complicated, and very arduous terms and conditions, which obviously no one does because you trust them. And so again, you see this $1.2 billion in bankruptcy filing. That's the hole that they have in their wallet. We've got $2 billion, he says. Well, okay, sorry, mate. It doesn't really look that way. But now here's where it gets worse. This is what I think is literally the worst thing. They've introduced what's called a little clause called a clawback clause. So can Celsius recover customer withdrawals or loan liquidations completed in the 90 days before filing as preferences? This is basically saying, okay, within 90 days of us going bankrupt, if you took money out of our platform, we're taking that back. In what world is that fair? It's absolutely insane. I mean, people have said, look, it's going to be a bit too long to actually, get this done. And it's going to, obviously, it'll make the lawyers a lot of money, but it might not be worth it. But This is the type of people that we're dealing with. And there's people who will absolutely love Celsius to the end of the world. But I put this up on Twitter yesterday. So Celsius game plan: enter high risk, illiquid assets, manipulate the price of Cell token, refuse to allow people to withdraw their money, file for bankruptcy, pay 4.181 million to our own employees, officers, directors, and then ask our investors to wait for their money back. And look, you can see this here, Exhibit L, the debitors' payroll. How are they filing for bankruptcy and still trying to pay? They're paying themselves over $4 million. And then they're like, oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, we just have no money. We have no money. What the heck? And then looking at this is where I'm saying, look, if you want to try and get your money out, you're going to have to jump through hoops, because we can see this here. This is an email response from Stretto in regards to proof of claims. Basically, this says you have to submit a form, which is like a proof of claim. And then creditors are encouraged to submit a proof of claim if they are not listed in the debtor's schedule of assets and liabilities. Basically, the Celsius say, okay, we have a list of people who we have to pay, but if you're just a normal customer, you're probably not one of them. Now, if you have an unpaid claim that is not listed, so i.e., you have to get money back, but it's not listed in the schedules, and if you do not provide a proof of claim by the specific date on August 29th, which, to be fair, you wouldn't necessarily find this if you didn't go digging around. If you're just a normal guy, who lost money, it's quite unlikely you're going to find this. That you may not be entitled to receive any payment on your claim if such claim is allowed and once a Chapter 11 plan is confirmed. So basically, you have to fill out this form. It has to be done by this time, or you're not getting paid. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane that a company's working like this. But, we're seeing it progress. The end goal and the reason, when they said, hey, look, we have a delta negative or delta neutral. So basically what they want to do now is they want to mine Bitcoin. They basically want to say, okay, let's expand our Bitcoin mining so we can actually make money, because we obviously don't know how to trade. We've been caught out for manipulating the price of, let me do this. I want to refresh this. I want you guys to see this here. So this was an interview. This was an interview with one of the former employees. I think he was like, what was he? The head of, where was he? Head of risk management or something like this. You bring you up to here. Look, this exactly. This it.
In early 2020. I don't know what better way to phrase it, but they were in the market. They were actively trading and increasing the price of the token. Based on those conversations, you're saying that management was manipulating the price of the Celsius token. They were absolutely trading the token to manipulate the price. This echoes claims in a lawsuit alleging the company was actively using customer funds.
So they're manipulating the price. How are you manipulating the price and still losing money? But anyway, they're going back, and what they're trying to do now is that they are trying to mine Bitcoin because they essentially can't pay the money. So here you go. As part of the restructuring plan, Celsius intends to use Bitcoin minted by mining operations to help fund mining operations. Basically, mine Bitcoin, mine more Bitcoin, and then have more Bitcoin. Sell the Bitcoin only after, look, so you can see this here, lawyers and proceedings state that Celsius expects to mine 10,000 by the end of 2022 and 15,000 by 2023. This is basically them saying, and they said this before, well, why don't you just wait and to get your money back? And then Bitcoin might be more expensive and then you can get it again. It's absolutely insane. I don't think they're ever going to recover from this. I've had a bit of a rant. I feel pretty good for it. But that's pretty much it, guys. It's absolutely diabolical. How they're trying to get away with this, I just don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, look, that's everything from me. Celsius, you've lost my trust. You've lost the trust of almost every investor in the crypto space. And now you're trying to make people jump through hoops just to get their money back. And you think you can mine Bitcoin just to get out of it? I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, guys, it's a shame. But thanks for tuning in.